here.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the MaddenBallerz YouTube channel and our Georgia State Dynasty. Last week, the Panthers took on Mississippi State in a top 25 matchup, and they came away with the decisive victory, 37-6. This week, the Panthers take on number 17 Kentucky, who is coming off a 21-20 victory over number 4 South Carolina. Both these teams 5-0. Who will win? We will find out next.
The Panthers.
Jonathan Ridgway mans the helm for the Georgia State Panthers, but he's going to have to play better. 8 for 15, 123 and a touchdown last week, and he has really struggled this season under center. It's been the running game that has kept this Georgia State team undefeated, as Ridgway's pass is off the mark, incomplete. 3rd and 8. Back to the air here, and Ridgway will fire this one, and it's picked off by the Wildcats. Henry with the interception. And the Kentucky Wildcats will take over as we take another look at this one. An interception on the opening drive for the Panthers. And it leads to the Wildcats. 2nd and 9 here. Hale with a carry. And Marcus Hale tackled for a loss by Thomas Hendricks. And that will bring up 3rd down and 10. Bradley will set up screen, get it out to Hale, and Hale has some blocks here, avoids a tackle there, and uses his speed to pick up the 1st down. 1st and 10 for Kentucky inside the 30. Bradley to the air will find Ben Ward for 9 yards, and on 2nd and 1 out of the shotgun, Bradley back to the air here, firing to the sideline, caught by Miller, and Miller steps out of bounds inside the 10. 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Bradley from the 8 fires this one, incomplete. And it'll bring up 2nd down and goal for Kentucky. Hale in motion. Bradley to the air here. He'll fire slant to Hale, and Hale has the catch and the touchdown. And the Kentucky Wildcats take the lead 7-0 as the Panthers will take over, trailing. Maybe not for the first time, but very rare that they trail, as Andrew Roberts cannot hang on to this catch. 2nd down and 10. Ridgway goes to the ground here with Daniels, and Daniels up the middle, gains 15, the Heisman candidate. A good carry for his first one. 1st and 10, Ridgway back to the air. This time he fires and hits Gavin Bostic, 18 yards downfield, and the Panthers are in Kentucky territory now. 1st and 10, Andrew Roberts reels in this catch and hangs on. 21 yards, and the Panthers are on the move. 1st and 10, and they hand it off to Nick Daniels, and Daniels finds some running room, gain of 11. And the Panthers' drive continues. 3rd down and 6, Ridgway to the air here, will dump it off to Tom Powell, and he is tackled after a gain of 1. Looked like a face mask, but the Panthers would add a field goal. And the Kentucky Wildcats lead still 7-3 as Bradley goes out to Jeff Ryan for a 19-yard catch. 2nd down and 9. Bradley back to the air here to the sideline. Caught by Jeff Ryan. 2 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 7. From under center, Bradley will look to pass. He'll dump it off to Moore. And Moore is met, tackled by Thomas Hendricks, short of the marker. And the Panthers force the Wildcats to punt. Ridgway and the Panthers take over. Ridgway trying to get out of the pocket here, but he's wrapped up for a sack, loss of 8. 3rd down and 12. Ridgway has to go to the air here, and the pressure will get to him once again. Sacked at the 2, and the Panthers will have to punt. And after 1 here in the Georgia Dome, it's Kentucky 7, Georgia State 3. Kentucky will have the ball in Georgia State territory to open up the 2nd quarter. Bradley to the air is picked off by Atkins, and Georgia State has the ball. 1 play and a takeaway for the Panthers. As you take another look at this one, Atkins just reached in there and took that one away. and the Panthers take over on offense, and they go to the ground. Nick Daniels with a carry and a spin move. A nice run up the middle. Gain of 16. Later in the drive, 2nd and 7 in Kentucky territory. Gavin Bostic will make the reception. It's a gain of 13, and the Panthers are on the move again, 2nd and 3. Ridgway will keep it on the read option, and he is stopped short of the first down, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1. And the Panthers will go to the ground, and Zach Bell with the carry will pick up the first down, getting his first action of the day. 1st and 10, Ridgway to the air here. Lots of time. Takes off, fires, and caught by Tom Powell inside the 5. Down to the 2. 1st and goal for the Panthers. And they fake it to the fullback and pitch it out to Nick Daniels for the touchdown. And the Panthers go on top 10-7 over the Wildcats. As we get a studio update, number 2 Texas, they're losing right now 21-20 to number 16 Oklahoma. Back to our game, the Wildcats take over, and Bradley keeps it on a read option and breaks 2 tackles, avoids another, and is finally taken out of bounds after a gain of 10, but not before picking up the first down. On 1st and 10, he'll dump it off to Lane, and Lane will fight for a gain of 9. 2nd and 1. Bradley's going to keep it here, and I don't know how Smith did not tackle him there, but Chris Bradley got out of that tackle and picked up the first down. 2nd and 4. He'll hand it off to Hale, and Marcus Hale will go forward for a gain of 12 and another Kentucky first down. This number 1 ranked defense having trouble today. 1st and 10, Bradley will find Ryan, and Jeff Ryan's down to the 1. Might even be inside the 1. 1st and goal, they'll pitch it out to Hale, and Hale will find the end zone for the touchdown, and the Wildcats retake the lead 14-10. As we take a look at the offenses, Kentucky having great success today on this number 1 defense of Georgia State. 139 total yards and 14 points in the first half. As Georgia State takes over, Nick Daniels with a carry, breaking a tackle and gaining, well, looks like about 20 to 25 yards there. 1st and 10, Ridgway to the air will fire, and Bostic makes the reception. Gain of 13, and that's catch number 3 for Gavin Bostic. 1st and 10, back to the ground when Nick Daniels. This time, Daniels nowhere to go. Stop for no gain, and that will bring up 3rd down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Ridgway fires, and this one's dropped by Matt Terry, and that will force the Panthers to punt it away. But on 3rd and 2, the Wildcats, they'll be stopped, and the Panthers will get this ball back before the end of the half. 52 seconds to go. 1st and 10 already in Kentucky territory. Gavin Bostic comes up with another reception for a first down, and this drive continues at the 30 of Kentucky. Ridgway back to the air here, being pressured, and he goes down, sacked for a loss of 8. That will bring up 3rd and 18. Ridgway looking for somebody, scrambling out to his left, fires off his back foot, deep downfield, and Bostic has the catch. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? And a flag. Face mask will set Georgia State up. 1st and goal from the 7. Ridgway to the air will step up, and he is tripped up, and he is got down for a loss of 2. 2nd and goal. Ridgway looking, scrambling, and taking off and running out of bounds with 6 seconds to go. They will go for it on 3rd and goal. And Ridgway quickly to the air, overshoots Matt Terry, and the Panthers will kick a field goal to make it 14-13 at halftime. Kentucky giving Georgia State a run for their money. Kentucky will have the ball to start the second half and the lead. It might be the first team to have a lead at halftime against Georgia State this year, as Bradley will find John Miller for a 17-yard gain and a Wildcats first down. As you look at the halftime stats here, Kentucky putting up 14 points in that first half, more than Georgia State gives up on average. First and 10, back to the air. Bradley deep down the middle, finds Ben Ward for the reception into Georgia State territory, and it's a first down. Back to the air, and they will find Marcus Hale down the sideline, inside the 10, pushed out at the 2. Flag comes in. It's on Kentucky, and it moves them back a few, but still inside the red zone here. Bradley to the end zone. This one knocked down by Terrence Pruitt. And this Kentucky Wildcats team giving Georgia State all they can handle. Marcus Hale on 3rd and 5, and he has stood up. Surprised they didn't go back to the air. That's where they've had most of their success. But the Wildcats add a field goal and extend it back to a 4-point lead. Gavin Bostic will make the reception here for Georgia State and pick up a first down. 2nd and 1, Ridgeway to the air, scrambling and firing on the run, but Bostic cannot make the reception, and it'll be 3rd down for the Panthers, and they'll go ground. Nick Daniels with a carry up the middle, and Daniels has a gain of 8 and a Georgia State first down. Very next play, they go back to Daniels, and more running room for the Heisman candidate. He gains 11, and another Georgia State first down. Inside the 30 now of Kentucky. Ridgeway on 2nd and 5. Lucky he's not picked off here. Good coverage by the linebacker. 3rd down and 5. The Panthers will go to the air here. Ridgeway lots of time, fires and finds Andrew Roberts for a first down catch. And Georgia State now in the red zone. 1st and 10. They hand it off to Nick Daniels. And Daniels wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of 2. And Georgia State will have 3rd down. Ridgeway looking, can't find anybody, rolls out to his left, takes off and fires on the run. And this one is dropped in the end zone, almost intercepted. And Georgia State will kick a field goal. We get an update on number 16 Oklahoma and number 2 Texas. They've widened their lead, 35-20 Oklahoma over Texas, as we have a 1-point game once again here in Georgia. And it is stopped by Thomas Hendricks on 2nd and 1 for a loss. 3rd and 2. Bradley's going to keep this one himself up the middle. He will make it past midfield. It's a gain of 20. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Bradley to the air here, firing this one up to a wide open Ashley Lane. 12 yards and a Kentucky first down. Later in the drive, 2nd and 1, handoff to Bryant Schuler, and he's going to break a tackle inside the 10, wrapped up around the 8, gain of 17, and it's 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Bradley will hand it off to Hale, and Hale outside, inside the 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown, and Kentucky continues to play very well, up 24-16 now. Jonathan Ridgeway and the Panthers back on offense, and Gavin Bostic making the first down catch, keeping this drive going for the Panthers. 2nd and 2, they go ground. Nick Daniels up the middle, lots of running room for him, and he's inside Kentucky territory, and we've come to the end of 3. Kentucky still on top, 24-16. Georgia State trails as we open up the 4th quarter, but they are knocking on the door here. Nick Daniels with the 2nd down carry will pick up 13, and a Georgia State first down inside the red zone. Daniels again on the ground. Minimal gain, but a flag, face mask on Kentucky will set Georgia State up 1st and goal from the 7. Ridgeway under center will hand it off to Daniels up the middle, and Daniels met at the 2. And taken down there. 2nd and goal. The Panthers will go back to Daniels, and this time Daniels finds running room and the end zone for the touchdown. His 2nd touchdown on the day, and Georgia State trails by 2. And they're going for the 2-point conversion. Ridgeway to the air, fires. Matt Terry, catch, and the 2-point conversion is good. And we have a tie game as number 2 Texas has closed the gap on Oklahoma, 28-35. And Georgia State has the tie or the lead since the first time in the 1st quarter. And Jeff Ryan here for Kentucky with an 8-yard reception. 3rd and 1. Chris Bradley going to keep it on a read option and pick the first down up here, breaking a tackle and getting out to midfield. He has done that all day on 3rd down. 1st and 10. Bradley to the air, going deep, and he's picked off by Dan Smart, and the Georgia State defense comes up big here in the fourth quarter, getting their third takeaway of the day. And they'll take over on offense, and Nick Daniels on the first play of the drive, getting a big run inside the Kentucky 30. It's a gain of 31, and Nick Daniels having his best game in the biggest spot, as this pass by Ridgeway is batted down at the line, and that'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Back to the air, Ridgeway will fire this one up, double coverage, and this one is incomplete, setting up 4th down. But Georgia State doesn't want a field goal, they want a touchdown, and they go to Reggie Frazier, and he finds the end zone for the touchdown. Georgia State has their first lead since the first quarter. It's 31-24, and we have a studio update. Number 16 Oklahoma hangs on against number 2 Texas and gets the victory. A lot of upsets in the top 5 this year. Will there be one today in this game? 2nd and 6, Chris Bradley trying to take off, but he is stopped for no gain on the play. 3rd down from the shotgun. Bradley fires. It's caught by Marcus Hale, but he's brought down a yard short of the 1st down, and Georgia State is going to take over on offense. Nick Daniels, they'll probably be going to him today. 190 yards on 22 carries and 2 touchdowns. And on 2nd and 5, they do look for Nick Daniels to get that 1st down, and he does it up the middle, gain of 8, and he's over 200 yards on the day. 1st and 10, delayed handoff to Daniels, and he picks up another Georgia State 1st down, now into Kentucky territory. 1st and 10 in the eye. Zach Bell giving Daniels a breather, and he's using the spin move to get inside the 20. 10 down to the 5, pushed out around the 4. 36 yards by Zach Bell. Sets up 1st and goal, and Daniels comes back in to get his 3rd rushing touchdown on the day and extend the Georgia State lead to 38-24 with under 2 to go. Chris Bradley and the Wildcats come out. He hits Marcus Hale for a 1st down, keeping this drive going for the Wildcats. 2nd down, Bradley go back to the air here. That's where they've had most of their success, but he will be pressured and knocked down. Pass incomplete. 3rd down and 6. Bradley to the air here, being pressured, but dumps it off to Hale, and Hale has enough for the 1st down into Georgia State territory. And in the hurry up, 2nd and 18 after a sack on 1st down, the Panthers get to Bradley again, sacking him for a loss of 8, eventually setting up 4th and 14, and Bradley will dump it off to Hale, and Thomas Hendricks is there to make the tackle and seal this victory for Georgia State. One more big run here by Nick Daniels will seal it and give the Georgia State Panthers the chance to run the clock out and get the victory today. Nick Daniels, your player of the game, 247 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Georgia State beats number 17 Kentucky 38-24. Taking a look at scores from other games around the country this week, number 5 Notre Dame survives 31-24. Number 9 LSU loses to Florida 28-18. Looking at the stats from our game, a big day on the ground for the Panthers, 274 yards, though it was a balanced day, 211 yards passing for the Panthers. Nick Daniels, your player of the game on offense, his best game as a Panther. Brian Atkinson on defense, 5 tackles and an interception. And Georgia State remains number 1 in the country at 6-0, 32 first place votes. Washington, the new number 2. Texas moves from 2 to 8 after their loss. And we have some recruiting news. The first recruits to Georgia State this year, Thomas Williamson, cornerback, 80 overall, 4-star cornerback. He is a gem, +6. The number 5th rated quarterback in the country. Justin Brown, another cornerback, 79 overall, 4-star. The number 4 cornerback in the country. So 4 and 5 come to Georgia State. He is a gem as well. And then we have Mike Austin, outside linebacker from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The number 9 outside linebacker, a 4-star prospect, is a 78 overall. So these 3 guys will provide some power on defense. Also, Jason Duncan from St. Mary's, Georgia, the number 5 guard in the country, a 4-star player. He is a 78 overall with good run blocking ability. And then there's Donald Barnes, a 3-star prospect from Tamarack, Florida. He will need some work, but we can use him here. He's a 66 overall, so 5 commits to Georgia State. And coming up next, the Panthers at home against number 24 Florida, coming off that victory over number 9 LSU. The Florida Gators are pretty balanced on offense. We will see if Georgia State can take them down and remain undefeated. I want to hear your feedback down below about how we play today. What players stood out to you, good or bad? Leave those comments down there. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and share it. Hit that subscribe button if you are new and want to see more Georgia State Dynasty. And as always, you can follow me over on Twitter at MaddenBallerz, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.